and you know that it's Couch Pilots, all of my friends, the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, but you can call me the Black Bark Box, and with me is my former sponsor, Captain Philip Resisher. Good evening. And with me is my former sponsor, Captain Philip Resisher.
Oh, hey.
Good evening.
How's it going?
What are you doing over there?
I'm doing a scratch-off lottery ticket, and I'm hoping to win some money.
Okay, yeah, that's... I know I don't do scratchers myself, and I know it's kind of a slang term for them. You don't have a... Do you do that a lot? You don't have a lot of money invested in those, do you?
I'm doing a lot of gambling lately since I joined the Moose. That's pretty much all the Moose is drinking beer and gambling.
I feel like the Moose has taken over your life
It has.
the past few weeks.
It has. I've spent more time there than I have at my own house.
Well, let me ask you this. You're a man of...
You're goddamn right I am.
First of all, you're a man, right?
I'm a man's man.
Like they don't make them like you anymore. But you're a man of addiction, too. Like your entire adult life.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe before that.
No, I am an addict.
100 women, right?
Sex addict.
Booze
Addict.
Other things that you've never been specific, nor do I ever want to know or will ask.
Masturbation addict.
Sure. I think you could probably couple that with the sex
Sure.
addict. There's also you camping for a while. You're addicted to camping.
I'm addicted. What I'm addicted to is things. Like I will be addicted to something, and then I won't be anymore. Because it won't fulfill me like I want it to.
Are you transitioning out of bowling and into?
Oh no, what I've learned is I'm a better bowler now that I'm not bowling 3 times a week. Like my average has gone up in the past month and a half. My average has gone up maybe like 15 points.
Everything in moderation
by not bowling that much.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it because, do you think you're are you using muscles to where you're giving yourself time to heal, you think, and thus your form is better as a result, bowling less?
No, I think by bowling less, I'm bowling better because I'm not burned out and wore out. I'm not wore out. So
okay.
And plus, also, I'm learning more, and so that's another part of it.
Who's teaching you?
Myself and YouTube and
okay. I didn't know if you had there's a pro at the alley that helps you with your form and stands behind you and
fucks me in the ass
and fucks you in your asshole and also fits over you like a glove when you're moving to help you with your form.
No, I think that people have helped me by giving me suggestions, but I'm not taking any classes or any special training courses except on YouTube.
What's going on with the Moose? And we need a skin tag.
Oh my
update.
God! Okay, skin tag update. Mm-hmm. It is gone, and the reason why it's gone
is packed up and left on its own.
No, I pulled it up as far as I could without being in pain, and I kept twisting it with my fingers, and it fucking just snapped off. So it's gone.
This is a skin tag that was on the shaft of your penis,
right?
And how was the bleeding after it snapped off? It sounds like a fucking brittle twig is what it sounds like.
Oh no, I had to twist a long time for it to work. I had kept twisting and twisting and twisting. I don't know. There obviously was no bleeding because I did it in the middle.
There was no bleeding?
I did it in the middle of the night.
Because I always hold on a second.
I grab my dick and I rub my dick a lot at night, supposedly.
Okay.
And it bugs me. It bugged me. It was where it was, and it bugged me. And so one night I wake up. I don't sleep very well, and I was up, and I just kept. I pulled up a little bit on it because it was at the top of my shaft. I pulled up on it a little bit, and I just kept twisting it until it came off, and then I ate it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll circle back to that. But because it was night, it did not bleed.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that there was no because the next day there was no blood all over my sheets or on my underwears.
Okay.
Because I wear 2 pair when I go to bed.
Underwears? Yeah, it's good. It's good to double up. I would think that's something you do in the bathroom with an open bottle of rubbing alcohol.
Nope.
Maybe some Neosporin, a couple of rolls of gauze.
You would think, but that's not how it happens.
Some tweezers, maybe some sort of
there's a stump
scalpel?
there. There's a skin tag stump, but it's not as annoying as it was. It was a fucking annoying.
Wow, that is unreal. I appreciate. Hold on, what's that? You want to get on? Oh, you're gonna act like. Oh, okay.
Oh. I thought he was knocking on wood and it wouldn't come back.
Oh, come on in.
Hello, boys.
Hey, fella?
Hey,
How are you? Who is you?
Yeah, who is you?
my name's Eugene Roddenberry.
Eugene Roddenberry. Isn't that a guy? Like that's a famous name, isn't it?
No,
That's the guy who invented Star Trek, right?
never heard of him.
But that's your name.
That's my name.
All right. Well, we're doing a thing, so what?
Well, I'm here to inspect this goddamn plane because you guys are flying in British Airwaves.
That is
true.
Yeah, we are doing.
We're doing
that.
the TUCKLEY 10.
Technically 10.
Yeah,
So,
listener, this is a podcast, fella. Eugene, and we talk about failed television pilots, and a guy by the name of Chris Tuckley sent us a bunch of pilots, and he lives in the UK, so
never heard of him.
I didn't expect you.
It's a small island, but I never heard of him.
I guess we are spending a lot of time circling the UK via
Right,
air.
because when we do these, we always fly overseas and we fly around the UK.
Well, you guys have been flying in restricted British airwaves.
Oh.
You say airwaves?
You're flying in the British jet stream.
They do
boys.
everything over there differently.
You're flying your Airbus in our British jet stream.
Well, okay.
I have to inspect your plane.
That'll be fine. Come on in. Everything's above the board here.
Yeah, right now,
I was outside and I overheard this one talking about being addicted
Oh,
to things.
he's had his struggles in the
Is
past.
he okay to fly this?
Absolutely, because what happens here is I get it up
and I do everything in the middle.
and then
Sounds like-
I come back down.
I also heard him talking about pulling things off his wanker.
Well, you heard a lot out there.
Yeah.
How long were you outside that wooden door on the
I was
plane?
waiting for my opportunity. I was out there for like 15 minutes.
The British.
I really think he's from Australia. I really don't think he's
He could be a transplant. I don't know.
I'm originally from Brisbane.
Oh, I love Brisbane.
I was originally from Brisbane, and then I got a job in Great Britain
Well, that'll be fine.
with the British Airwaves.
So now you
London's calling.
and now you inspect Airbuses a la the Clash.
Yes.
Okay, so
So I live down by the river.
all right. Well, Eugene, you have to understand that right now we're doing a lot of remodeling to the plane. So please excuse the mess.
It's just aesthetics. Everything else works fine.
Well, I'm just here to make sure that all your bells and whistles work.
Oh, our bells and whistles work great. Here, let's try one.
Give me an example of how everything works.
There's one right there.
That's a bell.
Wow, that is a bell.
You got a whistle?
Yeah, I got a whistle.
Get
Hold
a
on.
slide whistle.
Let's see here.
Oh man, that'll work.
That one doesn't work as well.
That sounded like a famous American wrestler named The Miz.
That's one of our whistles.
That's a good
It's
whistle.
Ric Flair, buddy.
Okay,
It's a bell. The bell works great.
you guys' bell works awesome.
Awesome!
Oh, there he is.
That's The Miz.
I recognize that bloke.
Eugene, have you ever listened to our podcast? Who made you aware that we Who made you aware that we were flying around a lot?
Your bleeps and your bloops came up on our their radar machine.
Okay.
Makes sense. Hey, you know what? This story checks out.
Hey,
Yeah.
Eugene, how's our bleeps and bloops? How they look?
Event very large, very large. And I noticed it also said Air Force One on it.
Yes. We bought this plane from President Barack.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah.
The guy destroyed America.
God damn.
Did you hear that?
I heard it. I
He
don't
destroyed America.
That's fine. Your opinions are your own.
Okay.
You enter the space. Honestly, we really don't talk religion or politics, right? Or religion.
Or
And
we definitely have no cops.
Have you ever lost your religion?
only to find it again.
Okay.
Usually, I find it in a corner.
In the spotlight?
Crying.
Yeah.
Losing your religion?
We're gonna keep doing
keep
our
going.
show. You
Everything checks out, boys.
look around if you want. If you got something
Oh, yeah,
you want to add.
you just got here and you're already saying that everything checks out.
know,
You want to look around for a little bit?
It's a quick. I can see definitely lots of things going on in here. I think you always got it.
Well, I'm not sure what
You got
the
it
sense is
going
being
real good.
I will say
Is that a knife?
It's a beer. I'm about to fly a plane. This is a beer.
Oh,
Come on.
you know what? We all of my pilots in this country all fly Shadrach.
I don't. Shadrach, is it?
What about Meshacked?
And a Bendigo.
A Bendigoat. Look,
I love baby goats.
look to prove this is a real show, Eugene Roddenberry. I'm going to ask my co-captain here if he's got any fan feedback.
Oh, I've got a plethora.
Oh,
Remember last week when we had those children on and we had to behave?
Yeah.
Children?
None of that.
Fuck that.
None of that behaving. We had a voicemail that's probably about a month old.
Ooh.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah,
Boy, you guys really got together on that one right there.
sometimes we finish each other's
Sandwiches.
Don't interrupt me, please. Okay, sentences.
Baba booey, baba booey.
What is the Bobby Booey thing?
Oh shit!
How was his turn?
What calls?
I know what it is.
I
but he's-
even know that.
But he says it all the time now, like he's obsessed with it.
Okay, voicemail.
What is going on?
All right,
There's a lot of like audio cues that have no reference to the people at home.
all right. Here we go. This is
Hello, you beautiful gentlemen. I'm driving home, and I've been listening to shows on the old Bluetooth radio, and I just feel like I haven't gotten a lot of voicemails.
right.
So I just wanted to say hi. Hope you're well. I miss your faces. I think you're both glorious, and I value you both quite a bit. Take care now.
Oh, that was well worth it.
Now that was a person who was not named.
I recognize that voice, though.
You recognize
Yeah,
that voice?
I've heard that on a podcast. You guys heard of a podcast, right?
We're doing a podcast. I think
Oh.
we made it very clear we're doing a podcast. Right?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I heard that voice on a podcast. I think it's the importance of seeing Ernest.
The importance of singer. I'm on that podcast.
Oh, I recognize your voice, too.
Also,
That was Derek Hoover.
That was Hoover.
yeah, Hoover. I love him to death.
Thank you, Derek,
Yeah,
for
thank-
calling in and not saying your name and
Because
just kind of shooting the shit, I
at
guess.
this point, we don't know if the hotline works anymore. We don't know because nobody has called it.
Well, can
in
I
so
call
long.
it right now?
After I do this.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Also on the hotline, obviously we can get text messages. I did not know that.
That.
And a young man named Ray Calderon says, "Hi, how you doing? I'm Ray Calderon. Hit me up whenever you have time, or call me." Folks, write this down.
Can we hold on? Can we call him right now?
Let me finish this, and then we'll call him.
I'm gonna load the number. Go ahead though.
It's
You're right.
512-620-0988.
Okay.
All right. And then I put question mark, and he put, "What's up? Hi." And I go, "Who is this?" He goes, "I am also looking for a serious relationship. I'm Ray. Just read your ad." And I said, "This number was hacked. Please remove." And he texts back, "My dad."
My dad.
And that's all. That is all I have.
Okay, we should. I mean, we should probably call him.
Let's just call him.
What is it?
I got more fan feedback, but we'll call
I'm
him.
going through a secret phone number thing on that app. So
Okay. It's 512
Okay.
620 0988
And this is Ray.
Ray.
And he liked an ad.
on Craigslist, probably.
Okay. Okay. Let's call him.
Let's call him and see how it's going with him, Ray.
Ray from the internet. Who knows? Who knows what mysteries await us?
I think it's probably a bogus number too.
It's okay. Even if it's a bogus number, we can leave a message. Oh, Ray.
Ray, you've got a bogus number.
Love
too.
is here for you. Why don't you come answer the door?
He just looks like he's looking for love in all the wrong places.
Perhaps.
Yeah, Craigslist is the.
Hold on. Here, let's see what happens here.
Yes, this is Ray Calderon. Sorry I missed your call, but if you can reach me later. Have a nice day.
Got him.
Did he forget to?
Hello?
No, I think he forgot to. He was leaving voicemail. Forgot to leave to stop it.
He didn't hit the button that makes. Okay, so we got to wait till we hear a beep.
That's what I would assume.
Wouldn't that be funny if that was him? Like, is that it?
No, it's still going.
Record your message
There we
after
go.
the tone.
Okay.
Simply hang up when done. Or for delivery options, press the pound sign.
Hey, Ray, this is Jason. I saw your ad on Craigslist, and I think we're kind of both looking for the same thing. This number here is where you can get back at me, and I hope you do. I'm going to be around for about an hour and a half or so. So give me a call, and no pressure. We can just chat and see if we have similar interests. I think this could go somewhere. You don't come across a profile like yours every day. Great chatting with you, and I hope to hear from you, Ray. Bye.
Nice. Love that Ray guy.
Ray sounded like a lovely fella.
Sound like a real person, which is odd.
think it
What's the last thing he
was.
said? Your father?
Yeah, he said my dad.
What the fuck
So
is
that's
that
where
supposed to be?
where he saw the ad, I guess. All right, you want some more fan feedback? I got so much fan feedback, you're gonna blow your fucking mind.
I don't want to die.
First off, on YouTube, on season 8, episode 7, which is Battletoads, on YouTube, somebody BPO1975.
I know that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he posted in the comments section, Battletoads discussion starts at 4303.
I was on that.
Actually,
Big
you know
E,
what?
Big E was on Battletoads.
Yeah, that guy's a douchebag. I like commenters like that.
Yeah.
Because it's almost kind of like they don't even fucking talk about anything until this. But like when I go to YouTube videos and I don't want to hear the preamble shit, I kind of appreciate that. So good on you, buddy.
Right.
Keep up with the Lord's work.
This is I'm kind of going backwards because I've screwed up.
You're a moonwalker?
The fan.
Back in time.
Dee Dee says, "Was it just me, or was it a major time slip last night? What happened to time out for Ginger? ? No way I am complaining because I'm a Sherlock Holmes nut, or to us Captain Black's forbidden word, a penile. There couldn't be an Aussie series of couch pilots because we have only ever made 3 television shows. Chris and everyone else who lives in Great Brixton knows that we have made Neighbours and Home and Away, the most popular shows in England, and the other one you guys have featured in the podcast. Anyway, just in case someone time slips, I will wish you a happy 4th of July before it's too late. Love from Queen Elizabeth I, Dee Dee." Now, what this is because I fucked up and I posted the wrong audio to a pilot.
Right. On Christmas Eve, you
Yes.
posted the New Year's Eve episode by accident. But you quickly...
Fuck me, right?
Well, I think that goes without saying at this point. But I think how many people contacted you about that? I know I did.
There was 3 or 4. And so
sure
I put
Big E
re-download the episode and the right one will come up. I messed up. And Luke, you know Luke, right?
Yeah, he's the one who told me it was screwed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he contacted me because this is a guy who wakes up at like 4:30.
When I wake up and you know what's going to be. It's going to be a couch pilots kind of day.
He goes to bed at like 6 in the morning. So he like was up until it came out. It's like,
Early in the morning, rising to the streets. Light me up that cigarette and I'll strap shoes on my feet. Da-da-da-da. Got to find a reason things went wrong. Got to find a reason why my money's all gone. I got a Dalmatian, I can still get high. And I can play the guitar like a motherfucking riot. Luke says Wentworth is the best only ? Television have I seen.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
But guess what, guys? He's getting frequent flyer points, okay? Anytime you contact the show, you get frequent flyer points.
I got a couple more, and I'm saving the big one for the next episode.
I love a big one.
This is also from Dee Dee with a picture of a taco.
Ooh, I'm like a woman after my own heart.
Starting to worry about the spread of Trump's Americanism across the globe. Barb and I are sitting in a brand new Taco Bell that has opened near us. This is in Australia. It's located next to a McDonald's opposite a Costco. By the way, Captain Black, we're drinking a Mountain Dew, and I can't find anything funny with it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for perpetuating that.
Let's do one more.
That would have died, that episode, if you hadn't kept bringing it up. You've now brought Mountain Dew as it relates to a shitty joke into the lexicon, and I am forever shamed.
Forever?
Forever ever?
Yes. God damn it.
This is from Madison.
Wisconsin?
No, Madison Varela. Aptix.
Hold on a second. Is that a lady?
Madison, Varela.
Okay.
Apitz.
So a woman's first name and then some sort of erectile dysfunction drug at the end.
And this is from Facebook on the Challenge Podcast Facebook page.
Oh, okay. I get you.
The Challenged podcast, a podcast all about MTV's The Challenge. It says, big props to Amanda Wolford for mostly keeping it together on the Couch Pilots episode. I was laughing out loud at my desk, and I wasn't even part of it. This is when her and her husband were on.
Brian Wolfie.
Yeah. They were on the episode, and it was...
That was a fun one.
Because I said
Diorama.
diarrhea.
Cha-cha-cha.
I got one more, and then we'll go.
Okay.
Say the next. This is from Twitter.
I love Twitter.
Twitter, mate. And this is from at Kebmo Slice. It
Okay,
says,
I know that guy.
Can't get the Dog Police song out of my head. Also, I would have given it a 5 based on the length of it alone. Hashtag low dot.
Low dot.
We'll save the rest for later.
You guys got a lot of fans.
Yes, we have a lot of
Does
fans.
that prove to you,
Wow.
Eugene?
You guys are big time.
Does that prove to you that
You
we're
guys
real?
ever heard of another podcast called Karaoke Big E?
No.
It's very good. You should check it out.
I actually have heard of that show.
Oh, I heard you created it.
Yeah, I did create that show. I don't like to say it very much or bring it up very often, but I did definitely do that.
Well, guys, I'm gonna let you get to your show.
Did we pass our inspection? Oh, please say we did. Ooh,
I was looking around while you guys were doing your fan feedback section of your podcast.
Yeah, please.
Now I'm Ringo Starr. No longer from Brisbane. I'm from Liverpool.
Yeah, out with it.
You know what? Our standards are way lower here in Britain. So you guys pass with flying colours.
Yes!
Oh yeah, and that's a color with an O-U-R at the end
There's
too,
flying.
motherfuckers.
There's flying in it too.
Sure.
Flying colours.
You mentioned Karaoke Big E. Where can you find that show?
You can find Karaoke Big E on iTunes or any other place that you can download your pod. Hey, that sounds a lot better. But you can find it anywhere you find your podcasts on the internet. Find them on Twitter.
Let's be honest. Couch Pilots is like the best show ever.
And if you like CBD, go to hempbombs.com and use promo code
all right,
KBPod.
no, we're not doing that. But if you want the funnest time ever on a podcast, it's going to be Karaoke Biggie. So check that show
I
out.
agree.
The
Well, I'm going to let you guys...
The sound quality is amazing on that
Right.
show.
I'm going to let you guys get back. Yeah, the engineer is amazing. I'm going to let you guys get back to your program. And
All right.
I'm going to go before you get off the ground because you guys haven't taken off yet. I got to get out of here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
All
right.
So you guys have
You
a
timed
good,
it perfect.
Yeah, I know you guys have a jolly good show.
Kick it.
Thanks, Eugene Levy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on.
Oh, can you do the echo sound right now? Tell me when the echo's ready.
Well, is it on your mic?
Yeah, on my mic.
My mic sounds nice. Hold on, I'm not ready for this. Y'all ready for this?
Let me know when the echo's ready. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Because I've got something planned. We're going to do this every episode here going forward this season. It's a lot. You pressed a lot of buttons to get, and I don't think it's echoing yet. How many buttons you got to press on that thing before it starts echoing? I feel like it would be one button that says echo. Not the Jesus. I don't think is that right? What's the one that makes it sound like you're on a like a stage or in an auditorium or something? Do that one. This is the echo? No. I don't like that. And it's really off-putting to hear my voice like a half second apart. That's getting better. You're on the right track. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready. Now it's time for Tales from TUCKLEY!
Well worth it.
Sing it. Sing the lyrics to this.
TUCKLEY 10, TUCKLEY 10, TUCKLEY 10. Let's get ready to TUCKLEY.
Okay, so we hinted at the top of the show. Chris Tuckley, super fan, super
fan.
He's a cash money frequent flyer millionaire, and what he has done is said, you know what, I love the couch pilots so much that I've investigated television pilots that meet our criteria and have given us so many links that we've dedicated an entire season, the season you're currently listening to right now on Couch Pilots. And with that, he's also given us little tidbits of information, correspondence, if you will, that go right along with those links and those shows.
And he got a tremendous amount of fan feedback. I
said he's a cash money frequent flyer millionaire.
I'm sorry.
That's for sure, no doubt. So this email says, Dear Blake, at the risk of undoing all of my hard work to improve the standing of my nation's TV in your eyes, I present here another pilot for your consideration. He provides the link. I'm not going to lie, Blake. I think you're going to struggle with the dialogue on this one, but at just 24 minutes long, how difficult can it be? Put it on your long list with The Naked Jungle, and it's a royal knockout, will you? And if you decide to watch it, ghost watch levels of alcohol consumption might help. So we're drinking beer right now.
Sure.
So I think we have to double down.
And to be honest with you, a little bit behind the curtains, when I watched this, I was about on a scale of 1 to 10
sheets.
1 to 10 sheets. I was about a 7.
7 sheets to the wind.
I shouldn't have drove home.
No, this is perfect. Drove home.
Yeah.
Where did you watch it?
No, I watched it here, but I drove home from the Moose.
Gotcha.
After the Bears lost.
Good Lord, that's a good reason to drink. And he says, best wishes and my eternal thanks for your outstanding podcast, Chris. So,
love the guy.
Yeah, he's great. Thank you, Chris, so much for providing a little bit of commentary, a little bit of narration.
That helps. I mean, that makes it more.
Sets the tone.
It makes it more his season.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
He's fully ingrained in this show. Today we discussed the pilot episode of The Weekenders from the year of our Lord, 1900, add 92. Great year.
1992. That was a
long time ago.
That was 16 years ago.
Hell yeah, it was.
I was fucking some bitches.
What?
I was fucking some bitches.
Captain Rest Assured.
That was probably Tara Betcher time.
That is a name I have not heard.
Tara Betcher.
This is what I know. There's been cocaine ladies that you drop off at gas stations. There has been women with rods in their back. There have been virgins. I think there's a redhead girl in overalls or something.
Oh god, yeah, she was married too. Tara Betcher was an interesting character. So
where did you meet her and when is this?
I met her when I worked at Zeller.
Okay, was she one of the inmates?
No, she was an employee.
Okay, that's good.
We started dating. I moved to Galesburg. I lived a mile and a half away from Zeller, where I worked.
So you lived with her in Galesburg?
No, well, first off, when we met, I was living on University.
In Peoria.
In Peoria.
Okay. On University.
Yeah, right on University. And
by where? Can I guess? I'm going to guess south of Forest Hill.
I don't know north and south.
Okay.
But you know where the McDonald's used to be?
By the Walmart there, between Forest Hill and Memorial?
Yeah,
okay.
Right up the street from there.
Yeah. Okay.
Lived there, and we started dating, and we moved in together, and I moved to Galesburg, which is, for all you Europeans that don't know, that's 50 minutes away from where I worked.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. Is minutes.
I went the wrong way.
Between miles and kilometers.
And we lived together for about a year and a half. We moved to Trivoli.
Really?
We moved to Trivoli.
And I was just going to ask you what direction that is, but I don't think you know.
No. And we moved to Trivoli.
I'm going to look it up.
And that's where I got drunk and fell down a flight of stairs. And, it did not end well. She cheated on me, which is obviously what happens with a security guard from Zeller.
Oh, should we call that guy?
I don't remember his name. He had a bald head, so fuck that guy.
It's so weird. Like, I was dating this girl for a long time, and her parents had been together forever. Mm-hmm. It was Nurse Courtney.
Oh yeah.
Her parents had been together since they were 15, and I used to think that's gotta suck, right? To only be with that one person and never experience anything else. But I'm sitting here kind of green with jealous rage hearing about this past life that you
And
had.
it's not all been roses, for
And that's
sure.
fine. No one's life is all roses, but I'm sitting here hearing about these wild adventures that you had in your past, and I'm brokenhearted that I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even a thought in your mind because we hadn't met.
Oh, you would not have wanted to have been involved with me at the time. And
Were you a bad dude?
No, I was a mess, and but her aunt made the best lemon pepper chicken I have ever had in my life. Loved it.
Isn't that
Loved
funny?
her aunt.
It's funny because I have those meals too of like people that I cannot have those
Yeah.
meals from anymore,
Yeah.
and that lady's probably dead too. Trivoli appears to be a lot closer to Peoria than Galesburg.
No, yeah, it was a lot closer.
And what is that girl up to these days?
I can't tell on her Facebook or not, but I think she's a lesbian, but I'm not sure. I can't really tell for sure.
And I feel like that's a common theme
She
with
looks
some of your
exactly.
ex-loves.
She looks exactly the same.
That's good.
Nothing has changed.
That's
Hairstyle, nothing has changed. She
I
is
know
the
some ladies.
same person.
Very few ladies have accomplished that, where it's like they're 20 years old.
I'm going to kill it, and I'm going to stay with it.
and they're 40 years old. It's
Yeah.
like nothing has changed. It's unbelievable.
Her dad helped me commit insurance fraud.
Vis-a-vis vehicle?
Yeah. So he worked at an auto body place, and I needed some money, and he's like, "Oh, well, we can just make hail damage on your car." And he went and took a hammer and a cloth, and I turned it in, and I got $3,000.
Wow. Helped you commit insurance fraud.
Yeah.
Surely the statute of limitations are up by now.
I would hope so. I didn't mean to derail the show.
No, this is great because I'm not joking. Like every 5 to 10 episodes, I get some weird nugget that I bet you've even forgotten about until something has triggered it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And so that's great. That's you and I am discovering you for the first time, and you're reliving it for a second time. This is great. I love it.
Actually, I probably should have died the last night that we even spoke.
Because you're so angry about her fucking the security guard?
So we got in a fight, right?
Right, sure.
And she left the house, and I got in my car, intoxicated. I got in my car, and I followed her, and I also was getting in the other lane and speeding up, so I could talk to her while she was in her car.
Man alive.
I should have been dead.
You're a lucky fuck.
It was not. It was. I mean, these were high speeds.
This is in your 20s.
Yeah.
Right? I think we were all a little nuts in our 20s,
Yeah.
right?
But I was a raging alcoholic back then. Unlike
Very good. While I set up this next bit, would you mind getting me another beer? This is a Founder's Dirty Bastards, a Scotch-style ale I'm drinking here this evening, and it is at a whopping 8.5%, which should send me into the stratosphere. Are you gonna take a piss? God damn, I can't do this show by myself. Okay, well, we mentioned before the year of the release here was 1992, great year, and with that, we have to think about things that happened in that time frame because, like we said, the show came out 28 years ago, whatever it is. I can't do the math. 16 years ago, no, 26 years ago, right? Oh, anyway, we can't think about this pilot in terms of 2000. Right now, we're 19. It's not fair to the pilot. Oh my God, so much has changed. Art style, technology, computer graphics, Donald Trump. All those things have changed, but we have to go back there. Blake, where are you? In our minds, because to judge it by today's standards is not fair. So what I'm going to do is read some things that happened back in 1992 to put us in that mindset. And Blake, I'm going to have to repeat this as soon as Blake gets back here from taking a monster piss out of his fucking skin tag hole. But, here he is. What we're doing is I'm looking at British history from that time period.
that's interesting.
And you're allowed to say such. February 7th of 1992, Mashak Treaty is signed by 12 countries from the European Community, EC, to create the European Union.
Okay, right. We had a couple unions. We had the union that was in the South, and they did very well,
Right.
for a long period of time.
Sure.
And then somebody ruined it. Hashtag Abraham Twinkin.
Stinkin'. Abraham Stinkin', am I right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Do you know what the European Union is? It is a political and economic union of 28 member states that are located primarily in Europe.
Oh,
Makes sense.
what do they do?
The European Union policies aim to ensure the free movement of people, goods, and services and capital within the internal market. Does that satisfy you?
That's what we do here on this show.
That's pretty much what we do. I had that locked and loaded for you. April 9th, John Major elected Prime Minister of the United Kingdom after his Conservative Party wins the most votes in British electoral history.
Didn't he have that song like "My Body Is a Wonderland"?
John Major? Yeah. He's had a very interesting career.
Oh, and he's had definitely like a interesting personal life too. He's dated some of the most hottest broads.
Jennifer
ever.
Love, huge tits.
Yes.
Right? Jessica Simpson, huge tits.
Right.
There's been Jennifer Aniston, huge tits, too. He's had sex with those...
Just those three. Just those three should be... Like, I would take those three
he's in the
probably over...
Cocksmith Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. And, but his music...
It's not bad. This is what I think it is. He's in his mid-20s, early mid-20s.
Not right now.
He gains popularity,
okay.
right? He starts banging all these hot broads from the time.
Right. He has nothing to be sad about, so he can't write a song.
Oh, he did. He was fucking Katy Perry, too. And then, like, he kind of becomes this notable cocksmith, right? And he's a nerdy dude. Like, if you saw him in high school, this tall, skinny, lanky dude is fucking nerd, but he picks up a guitar and wails on it, and goddamn, those panties are dropping, all right?
Panties be dropping.
And then everyone hates him because he's a fucking douchebag. And now I think he's kind of back on the upswing. He is a genuinely incredible guitarist.
High five that shit.
So good. Thank you, John Major. And congratulations on being elected Prime Minister of the UK.
What does a Prime Minister do? Because
It's the president.
But the king and queen are the ones that like make all the laws, right?
Well, they just carry the scepters around, I think.
In their butts.
I mean, seriously, there probably is a scepter for the king and queen, right? There really probably is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they put them in their butts?
I tend to think they do because it's important to think that they do.
It's a power move, right?
Oh, power bottom.
And then you get all those like lumpy jewels for stimulation.
She's lump. She's lump. She's lump.
Anal stimulation. Hey, listen to me. If you were a king and you had a bejeweled scepter, would you stick it in your butt, or what would you do with it?
No, I'd stick it in my butt.
You'd stick it in your butt.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
I'm all about the butt action.
You wouldn't Clinton that thing, Bill Clinton.
I don't clench it. No.
That's a good way to tear a butt muscle. Am I right?
I'm sure that I have butt muscles that are torn, but it's a good time.
I got my. Okay, we're gonna move on. I got some more, but it's not worth it.
All right.
November 11th, the Church of England approves the ordination of female priests.
We don't do that here, right?
Priests? I don't know. They're definitely female pastors.
But not priestesses.
In the Catholic Church, I don't know if they're female priests.
So to me, these guys know what's going on. They're doing what needs to be done.
What do you think? Should there be female priests?
Oh yeah.
Why
God,
not, right?
Huh? Yeah. God doesn't care if you got a dick or a pussy. If you're singing the praise of his love, I mean, look at NFL and all the like major sports. Like they praise Jesus.
Sure.
So why not have a lady praise Jesus?
And this is not. That's not
their own personal Jesus. I pre-gamed, by the way. Did you know that?
I feel like you did. I feel like you're 7 sheets right now.
Oh no.
I think women. It's a anything you can do, I can do better situation where just let women do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I don't
let
care.
gay guys do what they want. Let transgender people do it. Who the fuck gives a shit?
Right.
As long as they're not hurting someone.
Yeah, if you're good at doing what you do it.
Fucking do.
You know what my grandpa always said? Whatever you do, good. Do it all the time.
And he was a notorious. He was like a male prostitute in the area, right? Your grandfather.
Yeah, he only had one leg though.
But that's an advantage sometimes.
I saw a guy with one leg. He only has one leg.
Sure.
And he's 72 years old. Bowl of 300 game the other day.
You saw someone bowl a 300 game?
Yeah. Oh,
what was his handicap?
It's the 6th time. Oh, he's a scratch bowler.
The guy with one leg
Is a scratch bowler. Yes.
What was his handicap?
I didn't get you.
Pretty funny.
That's my fault.
Pretty funny, I guess.
You had to work it. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I was like, did he say Mountain Dew?
Oh goddamn! Brought me back down to 0. Hey buddy. Why did we choose to watch The Weekenders?
There's 4 pillars. First of all, season 17, Chris TUCKLEY sent us the link. That's the first one. That's the major one. That's one holding up this thing. This is the load-bearing wall.
That's the linchpin in this season.
2, it had to be a pilot that was one and done. Whether it went to series or not is irrelevant. I mean,
Makes sense to me.
Whether it was on TV is irrelevant, but it never went to series.
Yeah, it cannot go to series. That is very relevant.
I very fucked that up. 3, we had to find it on the interwebs because Chris sent us the link.
Yeah.
And 4, baby, it had to be free.
That scratch card that you started off, that bit you did at the beginning of the show?
It wasn't a bit. I had a scratch card.
You did, but the way you were playing it was a bit, right?
Okay. Well,
But I liked it. It was good. You always have something interesting to bring to the table. And it is on the table right now. Did you win?
no, I didn't win nothing. It was a $5 ticket, too.
God damn.
It was a $5 ticket.
Essentially what you did is you paid $5 for a little piece of paper. I'm so cheap. I'm so poor.
No, I'm poor too.
I cannot.
I'm not.
You definitely are not. And
No,
I have a multitude
no.
of information to back me up here. I've got so much proof to back me up.
That I'm not poor?
Absolutely.
Give me 3 things why I'm not poor.
Absolutely. First off, all the fucking scratchers, apparently.
This is one scratch.
But you said you do it all the time.
Well, not all the time, but I mean from time to time.
Okay, we'll throw that out.
Okay.
You go down to the St. Louis Zoo, and you said, I'm adopting a gorilla.
It was $35.
I didn't ask how much it was.
I'm just saying that doesn't make me rich because I adopted a gorilla.
I am counting that. Number 2, you go to the casino, and this is not negativity. I wish I were you.
3 times a year we go to the casino. 3 times.
But the amount of money that you told me you blow there is like.
Well, I was drunk. That's why I spent so much money. Usually,
well, then I'll scratch that too. All right, forget it. God damn it. Where can you find the entire episode of The Weekenders to watch for your dumb self? Well, you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice. Then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, and you know what to do too! You know what to do too!
Attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
To the skies. Boy, I tell you what, next episode, we really got to talk. We got to get everyone up to speed on what's up with DSJ.
Yeah, because I had a phone call with him the other day, and it was concerning.
Whoa, tune in next week, folks.
To the Knicks. To the Knicks.
You know what? I'm looking at your face, and it's weird. This is weird. I think you and I have a similar trajectory here. You are a very old man, but I look at your head, and it tells a different story.
I have a full head of flowing hair that's not gray at all.
Absolutely. Right. And I have the same.
Yeah.
Even though I'm far younger than you. And then I look at your facial hair, but you got a lot of grays in there now.
Yeah, I'm growing a goatee because I can't grow anything else, and it is very gray.
Can you not grow what I got?
Oh, no, I can't.
You can't do that?
No, I can't do it.
I think this is fucking sad, what I have.
Oh, no, I can't. There's no way I could do that.
Wow.
There's no way. I can't even grow what you have here. I seriously can't.
That's really pathetic. But no, because I get some grays in my beard too.
You cut them out?
What's that?
You cut them out?
If it becomes too prominent, I'll tweeze it.
But I think the prominence, like the diversity between full head of regular young guy hair, old man goatee, I like it. Or does it look stupid? I'll cut it right now.
It doesn't look stupid. No, I think there's a certain regality to it, which is a real word.
That looks like Sean Connery.
What's that? You look like Sean Connery? Yeah. You kind of you like even in the face, you look like he's like 85. That's what I'm looking like. Summary of the pilot: 2 friends go away to the weekend to visit a meat fair. In England, they spell fair. Like, how do you spell fair here?
F-A-I-R.
They spell it F-A-Y-R-E. Come on, guys. Right? Come on, guys.
It's a little much.
Come on, guys.
Right. It's just, hey, if there was a guy.
Yep.
Come on.
Encountering various characters and situations along the way. ... Yeah, drink one of those shits.
Is this bad to do this on the first episode? We have one more to go.
No, we got a long way to go. So what do you think about that? That summary?
I'll give it a B+.
Okay, that's about right.
Yeah. That's about right.
Okay, this is going to blow your mind. Interesting facts.
Interesting Facts is just a segment. I mean, it's a name of a segment. Apple Podcast says, hey, every one of your segments has to be named, so we named this one Interesting Facts. Jason is going to scour the interwebs as we speak. He's typing very, very fast right now.
Hold on, I'm going to get a typing sound effect.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay. He's typing very fast right now to find out things that you might not know about this pilot. Whether they're interesting or not is irrelevant. Please don't discuss it with your loved ones or people that you hate. We have one.
It's kind of a rule of thumb.
If
People say the golden rule, do unto others as you would yourself. This is kind of the golden rule of interesting facts.
If we had money to buy T-shirts, I think that we should put this on the front. Guys, just don't do it.
Don't do it. Would you have like an upside down Nike swoosh?
Oh, that's even better.
Smart stuff, right? Real fucking smart.
Well, I was going to say like a plane shaped like the swoosh upside down.
A plane shaped swoosh upside down? Mm-hmm. I like that even better.
Thanks.
Interesting facts.
So don't discuss them.
Yeah, people want to hear these and form their own opinions. They don't want to be. The bottle cap went sharp side down on the top of your phone screen.
Yeah, it says brewed for us.
Oh, quick, before I start interesting facts, take a drink of that. I want to see what you think.
I'll take a vodka drink. I'll take a lager drink. I'll take a bastard drink.
The Chumbawamba were anarchists. What do you think of that?
It's a little scotchy for me.
You're going to feel it.
Yeah, I need to slow down.
We'll speed it up. Interesting facts. A one-off comic television pilot starring Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer, produced by Granada Television for channel number 4.
Yeah. Fact.
This, first of all, fact. But let me. I have to posit this.
Deposit it?
So often I hear channel 4. As it relates to like UK.
Oh, okay.
Or BBC. BBC 2. Sure. Is England, here in the United States, the channels are different everywhere you go, right?
Right.
But in the UK, do you think it's such and uniform as such to where everywhere you go, the channels are the same?
Yeah, because that's a small area, and they're satellite. Satellite on the night like a diamond.
The show is built on the back of the songs.
Yeah, no, it's a small area, and so the satellites can pick it up. So they're probably all universal.
Well, that'd be nice, right? You call your grandmother 50 miles away and say, "Grandma, turn to channel number 4."
No, it'd be great. I mean, I text you, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm watching the new
Dancing with the Stars."
Dancing with the Stars, and you're like, "What channel?" I'm like, 7.
And you're like, "I no fucking idea." Yeah. It's a clusterfuck, and we don't even live that far away. Broadcast on Wednesday, 17th of June, 1992.
1992, June 17th. That's like summer, right?
Yeah, and you know what? We don't want to give opinions.
What year?
92. Whoops. 92.
Was this 92?
Sure.
That Terror Budget story is not from 1992.
Oh, we got some good bits out of it, right?
I was like, I thought he said something else.
Because I think you said 16 years ago, which would have put us at 2002.
I thought it was 2002 you were talking about.
Okay. So you're still in high school at this point. You're probably a sophomore, right? Because you graduated 94?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still banging Angie Vecchio.
Wouldn't it be great if in high school...
Wouldn't it be great if in high school you could bang all the girls you wanted?
I'm going to skip back my thoughts on that. The Weekenders was the first television program created by Reeves and Mortimer following the end of the hugely popular series called Vic Reeves' Big Night Out.
Okay.
Vic Reeves, which is not his real name, by the way. I think his real name is Jim Moir. Moir.
Okay.
And this Bob Mortimer fella, these guys are kind of legendary comic actors in the UK.
Okay. It's a fact. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
Here it is right here. Reeves co-wrote the show with Mortimer under his real name, Jim Moir, which is also the name given to his character.
Okay.
Fact. There's a lot of facts here. I'm sorry. You can tell me to shut up whenever you want. The show was produced as a pilot for Channel 4's Bunch of Five season. It's similar to the CBS Summer Playhouse, the network's own version of the BBC's Comedy Playhouse, in which new sitcom ideas were tried out. Fact.
What am I going to say? I follow the rules.
I mean, do you think it would be against the rules to say that you agree with that fact or you accept that fact? Is that against the rules?
I accept that fact. If you say you agree, yes, it's breaking the rules, but I'll say I accept it.
Okay. I think I want you to participate more.
I want you to want me.
Oh, we're way past that, pal.
If you were gay, would you have sex with me? Would I be a guy that you would be like? Put yourself like in the mindset of a gay guy. Would you have sex with me?
Probably so. I think...
Because of my personality, not because of my looks.
Well, I mean, you have a legendary phallus, too, from what I've heard. Like, I've never seen it. I think I've had opportunities.
I tried to...
I think I've had opportunities to see it. I don't want to see it.
Right, because you don't want to ruin all the other phalluses you see.
Yeah, that and, like, I would look down at my own and I'd be like, Jesus Christ, I've been cursed.
Superstar.
I'd be like, Jesus Christ, superstar, I have been cursed. Wouldn't it be great if Jesus came back to Earth, like, after all these years later, and he just became, like, an A-list celebrity superstar?
Oh, yeah. It would be the greatest.
All right.
I don't think I'm going to make it through episode 2.
You definitely won't. Of the 5 pilots that were shown, only one, a Frank Skinner sitcom entitled Blue Heaven, was made into a full series. So of that bunch of 5, only one. So if you're in there, you got a 20% chance. I don't like those odds. Fact. The show also featured a guest appearance from Phil Oakley, the frontman of the Human League. Don't you want me, baby?
Don't you want me? Oh! Does it say which person he was in that?
I could look. I won't, but I could look. Actually, I got it right here.
Oh.
Let's see. As part of Channel 4's Funny Fortnight season, The Weekenders was repeated on Thursday the 16th of August 2002, preceded by a specially recorded introduction by Reeves and Mortimer. So they're like...
So it was aired twice.
Yep.
Ooh, so technically...
Well, it's the same episode. Come on now.
Right, but I mean, it was aired twice. I mean...
You want to stop
is Chris
right here?
trying to fuck us here?
Do you want to stop?
No, I can't stop, and I won't stop.
I have a good answer for you. Phil Oakley, the Human League guy, was... Okay, you know when they go to the meat fair, and there's only 2 vendors out there?
Yeah, it was the guy.
It was the guy.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. He had chaps on.
Chap that ass. The pilot is seen by fans as an experimental move for Reeves and Mortimer, as it allowed them to perform in a new format, though the duo would not write and perform in another sitcom until Ketterick in 2004.
Wow.
So 12 years later, they said, you know what, let's gather
Let's
back
try it
up.
again. I'd like to see that.
I wouldn't mind seeing it either. Fact. Several scenes were filmed around Greater Manchester, namely in areas such as Northern Quarter.
Manchester United, am I right, guys?
Fucking Man U for life, high five that shit.
Love that team.
Trafford, Urmston, and Withenshaw, whilst Packhorse in Bolton is used as a hotel called The Glove. That last part of that sentence didn't make sense at all. Interesting facts over.
Oh, God, thank God. That was a lot. It was almost too much. You probably should have dumbed it down. But yeah, let's rock and roll.
Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. Please prepare for Twitter responses. This is where we go on the social media
realize if I switched it over.
Social media platform Twitter and try to contact people associated with this bloody show.
We do actually have Twitter responses.
Oh.
Did you know about this?
No.
Okay.
I don't pay attention. I can't keep up with it.
So kind of like you hinted at in the well-worded lyrics to that tune, we here at Couch Pilots on Twitter reach out to the creators, the directors, producers,
Stars.
the writers. We say daughters?
Stars. Don't call me daughter, massive
I
bullets.
have never once called you daughter, and absolutely I believe you have syphilis. In this case, the director of the show, Sandy Johnson, got back with us.
Sandy.
Sandy is a fella in this case.
Yeah.
Right.
In the UK, Sandy is a guy or girl's name, kind of like Butch here.
Yeah, and up is down, and down is up, and OR is OUR, and ER is RE, right? And shop has 2 P's with an E at the end.
Shock jaw. My baby's a Chippewa.
You will not make it through the second show for sure. What percentage of men do you think are Sandy?
In the U.S. or the UK?
Just a world average.
12%.
I think that's probably right.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. So I say greetings from Couch Pilots Podcast. We talk about TV shows that held one episode. Next up for us is The Weekenders. We're excited to watch it, and we're wondering if you had any fun or interesting info you'd want to share. Thanks! Hope to hear from you. So Sandy Johnson at Sandy Mustache, right on Twitter, says, the meat festival. Bob thought I should be encased in suede to match my shoes, so he bought me a suede jacket in Manchester Market. I wish we could have done more episodes. The next scripts were hilarious, but C4, Channel 4, wanted more Big Night, the Vic Reeves Big Night Out we mentioned before.
Okay.
I am air kissing gent outside the hotel. I am the air kissing gent outside the. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's pretty funny. I didn't realize it. He goes on to say, at Johnny Thompson 2, enthusiastically playing a policeman volunteered to jump off a bridge into the river. Health and safety wouldn't allow that now. Hashtag doing your own stunts.
Nice.
And he said he copied at Johnny Thompson 2, and Johnny Thompson replied.
Oh.
And he says, that was my first proper gig at Granada. Keen as mustard. Hashtag do all my own stunts. Happy days. Big smiley face.
That's cool. These are two guys that had a good time doing this pilot. They remember it well, and they remember it in a positive outlook.
I think that both these guys, they're probably in their 50s now. But as I always say, for us right now, these are the good times. And these gentlemen are probably looking back thinking, my God.
Right.
Those were the good times, right?
Those were the days.
So Johnny Thompson and Sandy Johnson, seriously, thank you very much.
Seriously, thank you very much.
We appreciate that so much. And now it's time to hear a word from our sponsor this evening.
God damn it. Yeah, word from our sponsor.
Grandma, can I help you make your special fried chicken?
If you can keep a secret, I use shake and bake now.
You do?
Well, sure, I'll show you. First we shake,
Sounds like Ernest.
then we bake.
Mother, why isn't my fried chicken as crispy and juicy? I want your recipe. Grandma didn't fry.
But it's crispy like fried.
Can I help? It's shake and bake, and I help.
Shake and bake coating mix. It's better than frying.
Have you ever had shake and bake chicken?
Sure.
It's not good. It is not tasty at all.
Okay, hold on. Stop for edit. Shake and Bake.
An hour in, you want me to stop for edit?
It's tonight's sponsor. What do you want from me? Who else is going to say, oh, couch pilots, two fucking retards that drone on for an hour and a half talking about stuff that no one cares about. I will gladly give you money. Shake and Bake has gladly paid us a per diem to play their commercial. And you're going to shit on them?
I'm not shitting on them. I'm just asking your opinion on them.
It's not great. It's not great. Is that what you want to hear?
Yes.
Shake and Bake, not great.
I think it was more about the experience of making it than it was eating it.
And that's a conversation that you and I can have off mic later.
Okay.
But when it comes,
All right.
I'm like, my time is money, so is yours. We have equal amount.
My money is time because
I don't know what that means.
I'm rolling in the bank.
That's fine. But please do not shit on our sponsors.
How about if I shat?
Okay, hold on. Pause for edit. Shake and Bake, thank you so much for being tonight's sponsor. We love the taste and texture of that shake and bake.
That's the part that bothers me, the texture.
God damn it. Okay. You're cutting back in here. Stop for edit. Go.
I love shake and bake. It helps.
I love what you just said and the product. Oh, my goodness. So now it's time to break down the Weekenders. We only have 10 minutes to do so, which I think should be fine. And
Sure.
And we'll start that in just a moment. I want to point to you and go ahead.
Again, I was kind of 3 sheets to the wind when I wrote
I've
these
got plenty of notes and I was sober, so I'm ready to help.
I have notes, but I have like a page and a half of notes. There was milk involved.
And lemonade around the corner.
There was milk. You're going to have to help me because I can't read these.
There's a man outside.
Oh, yeah.
He sees a milk truck pull up somewhere, and he uses a lasso
That's
to
it.
whip some milk and
Yep.
bring it to him to drink like so much Indiana Jones.
Whip that milk is what I put.
Whip it good.
Yeah, and it was in slow motion. And the milk, he ends up walking up to a flat.
Sure.
A flat, and he throws it in the window.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy comes out all pissed off. And he ends up saying, "That's not even my window."
Yeah, and then he takes something else and throws it at the window that he lives in.
Right, the correct window.
So these two people that apparently are friends, and we're going to break some more of this down later, but let's try to get through as much of the plot as we can. There's geese in the house, and then there's a barely dressed man inside the house working on a shoe.
Right, he's building a shoe. He's a shoe man.
Is a cobbler, and it says Alan Ladd Memorial Heel Bar.
Right, and he's naked except for like a workman's like
an apron or
something. And a leather apron.
And just so we're in case we haven't been crystal clear yet, this is a British comedy, and it is wildly absurd.
Oh, yeah.
Wildly.
When you say absurd, you think of the Weekenders.
These guys decide they are going away for the weekend.
Right. They decide they're going away together for the weekend. They're at the pub.
And they see Electric Russell playing in the bar while they're getting a drink. And every time Electric Russell pops up a few times, and every time we see him, there are two people in trench coats standing about a foot away from him enjoying his music.
Sure. Yeah, they're just fans. They're drinking
a pint.
A pint. And there is a language barrier for me already. There is a
Me too, 100%.
I'm not going to lie. Chris, no offense.
I don't know if
I'm
this
not
is
calling you
cocky.
black, but I'm just saying that I have a language barrier right now.
UK Ebonics, right?
UK Ebonics.
Barack Ebonics. So everything they're drinking, like coaster, like they got the beers, a big mug of beer, and everything's sticking to the bottom.
Right.
The coaster is,
the
and then
table.
part of the table, and then the entire table
Right.
at some point,
It
right?
progresses.
They're reading a spinning newspaper, and in the paper, like, what are we doing? It's like, oh, there's a meat festival.
Right. They're going to a meat festival.
And so they run out the door to heavy metal music.
Right. And then they go on a bus.
Yeah.
And they're having a conversation. They're sitting next to each other. They're having a conversation, and all of a sudden there's a little kid in like a AC/DC like guitar player outfit, and he stands up and they hit him unintentionally.
Yeah, I can't remember which guy it was, but they're speaking with his hands, and as
Right.
he whips his hands up, he keeps hitting people.
And then he nay-nays.
Yeah.
And then a woman stands up, which is the mother, and he ends up hitting her
Right in the arse.
And then all of a sudden there's this like woman that's on the a different woman that's on the bus, and they start talking to her about how she's an alcoholic.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Yeah.
Well, they're driving through the countryside. What? Go ahead.
No, they're driving through the countryside, and then they get off the bus, and the bus driver starts talking about how they murdered his family.
And they don't seem to dispute that at all. They accept that for better or
they're
worse.
like, yeah. So
okay. And so the bus driver leaves them there, and they're in the middle of nowhere. But thankfully, that middle of nowhere is exactly where the meat fair is.
Right. There's like you said earlier, there's two vendors,
and just in a big wide open field.
Right.
And they're about 50 to 100 feet away from each other.
Right. They're not next to each other. And the first one is the guy from Talking Heads.
The Human League.
Yeah.
But and he is in cross dress, right? Like he's wearing like a woman's
he's wearing
a camisole, right?
Yeah, he's wearing a string top, but then he has on like chaps, and yeah, there is an outfit issue.
I'm going to pause this for a second. Do you what are your feelings about dressing in women's clothes? Have you done it? Would you done it? Do you like doing it?
I'm not going to lie. I have recently found out that I have a fabric fetish. There's a specific type of fabric.
Sure.
And I'd wear some women's underwear in that fabric.
I don't think I may have worn women's underwear before. Usually it's a thing where like
the girl says, "Do this or I won't fuck you."
No, it's usually like I'm gonna jack off because I've got this woman's underwear. But it was like when I was little, like when I was like 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 when I was a teenager and I come across like a woman's underwear. What, we're being honest, right?
I don't want to shame you because I just said I would wear women's underwear.
No, I don't feel ashamed at all.
But I'm just saying, with the way you made it sound was like you were 7 and you found your mom's underwear and you would wank it.
No. Like, like girls of my own age. If I came across.
Why would the underwear be at your house?
I don't know if I'm going to get into that exactly.
Okay, all right.
But like, I remember being like a teenager or like in my early 20s and coming off.
Were you a teenage dirtbag baby?
I never really worn women's clothes. You know what I wear though a lot? I wear women's sunglasses a lot.
That's fine. That's fine.
I think I look good in them. But like I've never had the urge to dress in women's clothes.
So you've never had women's underwear on? I think I'm pretty close to doing that if I find the right material.
I've never worn it like
on your body completely. You've like touched them.
Definitely that, but I've never like worn it for like a day or something.
Oh
like
no,
I think I've like worn it kind of almost jokingly with the girl.
Sure.
But beyond that, that's it.
That's cool.
Anyway, that's it. I knew that would take a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and hit resume.
All right.
On the 10 minutes.
We get there, and they're talking about meat. And at first, I didn't realize it was meat. I thought it was like corn on the cob that was bagged up. It was very weird
meat
looking.
Looked like about the size of maybe like a large corn on the cob.
A nice large corn cob.
Oh yeah.
And then so he wants to buy this meat, but he's not sure. He tries to barter a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I'll look around."
And so they go to the other table, and they have 3 bottles, and I only got one of them. And thankfully, it was
Yeah, I
one
didn't get them all.
One was turkey seepage. So it's basically all this. It's like the name of an animal, and then something gross, gross word, and they start eating it, and it makes it sound like it's awful. But apparently he really likes it.
Oh, he loves it.
I think he buys that too.
And then the red sweaters show up.
Yeah, it's a van with no windows with a bunch of guys that look like dressed like Mr. Rogers show up.
And one of them, the leader, who looks like the Bean guy. He kind of looks like Mr. Bean.
Oh, Rowan Atkinson.
He has like glowing eyes, and that really fucking freaked me out.
It's
There's
weird.
one part. It was only like a second and a half where he had glowing eyes.
There's 3 of them. They're all dressed exactly the same in red like cardigans, almost with like ties underneath. And they come up to Jim and Bob, and they're like, "Hey, man, can we buy your meat?" And they're like, "No, I don't want to do that." And then this is the funniest part of the show to me. As the scene cuts away, it goes back to the second table where they bought the turkey seepage, and there's 2 women there. And then a man who apparently has parachuted from above crashes through their table. There's no context. He crashes through the table, and immediately when it crashes, they cut to the next scene.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit like that in this show, but that is the funniest.
That's nice.
New scene.
They are at a hotel room because they're away for the weekend. They need a place to stay.
Yep.
And, they ring the bell and, like, it explodes.
I don't know. Everything they think is not working until the other guy is like, yes, it is working. Anyway, the weird guys show up, and they're like, we want a room right next to those guys.
But before that, they do the head bob, just like
the Night the Roxbury.
Yeah. And
everything the woman's saying, she's bobbing her head, so the guys start getting in the groove too.
Right, that was good.
And she's like, you are in room 854-113-30-10578. And they keep going, and then those other guys come in. It's like, we want a room right next to them. It's like, okay, you got room number 7. Anyway, this is great. They go into the room, and they break the window immediately there.
Right. Nothing works. They think nothing works, but they just don't turn it on.
Yeah. And then there's like, then people outside the door yell room service, and then they yell come in.
And it's the alien. Well, sorry, red sweater guys.
At this point, I was referring to them as the weird guys.
Okay.
Because you're right. Later we find out they are aliens.
Right. They come in and they say room service, and they bring a Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they try to steal the meat again. And then right there, it's like Jim or Bob, one of them, uses his whip, whips out the hallway without looking, and brings the meat back to him.
Right.
It's great. Anyway, at night, the boys synchronize their tosses and turnings while they sleep in a ton of odd poses.
Sure. Have eyeball dog eats is what I wrote down.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. The next one I have is hook to steal meat.
Hook to steal. The next thing I have is back at home they keep handling.
Oh, you're already back home.
Well, I think after the hotel they head back home, and they don't show us the travel back there. They're just kind of back in that pub.
Okay.
Right, and then the weird guys show up again to steal the meat, and then so one of them, Jim, like goes to the bathroom, and then Bob goes to check on him, and he's being serviced in the bathroom by all the weird guys.
He's getting his hair blow dried. He's getting his toes worked on, and he's getting his nails done. And he's like, "Oh, they're aliens, and I got 15 minutes of pampering going on."
He's like, "No, I think what he says is, I'm going to give them the meat in exchange for all 3 of these guys being my slave for a half hour."
Nice.
In a bathroom.
Yeah. So the guys in the red sweaters end up ripping off their faces and show that they're aliens. The cops come in.
Yep.
And the aliens steal the meat and take off.
They want the meat to feed their queen.
Yeah. And what does every alien have? Eye lasers.
Hell yeah. So they, you know what they look like? They look like guys from Cannibal Corpse.
I don't know what that is.
It's a terrible metal band.
It sounds like it.
They got long pointy beards like so much ZZ Top, and then rooster mohawks like so much a rooster. Anyway, the Bobbies enter the bathroom, and the boys and the aliens make their escape after they eyeball freeze the cops.
Right, and so they get into a moving van.
Yeah.
And that's what their getaway is, this moving van. So they go out into the country. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Oh, God damn it, that was my fault.
Fuck you!
Fuck me, right?
Fuck you for saying peaches! The cops are giving chase via
on bicycles,
hell yeah.
And they're not very good with the bicycles. They're very wobbly.
They come across a lady who's just like in a field flashing people.
Right by a stream. And she's
somehow,
like taking off her sweater, but she has a bustier.
He has one of those like 1950s pointy boob bras underneath.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And so they like stop because of her, go back in that direction, and somehow they, because of her, or
Well, I think they backed up so they could speed up because he was gonna try to like jump this creek, this river or whatever, and he saw her, so he slowed down. So he backs up and then full speed ahead. It goes over her.
20 seconds, MacGruber.
And then the cops ride their bicycles over.
They start splashing around when they fall into the
The
creek.
aliens say, "Hey, we got to get this meat to our queen." The queen is in a outhouse in the woods.
This is my favorite part too. When they arrive and they all agree to give them the meat, and then they start handing the meat to each other, just
Right.
like when they're all standing in a line, and they just keep handing the meat over
Awkwardly,
to the next person.
yes. And the rest of the story we cannot tell you. Let's move on.
Oh my God!
Ooh, I love this 10-minute rule.
There were some great things here that we missed. We will definitely get into that.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
Every once in a while, I have a little information about why something didn't work. I have something today.
Pardon me.
Now, we'll get into whatever you have to say, absolutely. It says Channel 4 would have claimed, Channel 4 has claimed to have liked The Weekenders and said they would have been willing to let Reeves and Mortimer do a full series in exchange for a third series. And when they say series in the UK, they mean season.
Right.
So in exchange for a third season of Vic Reeves' Big Night Out. However, Reeves and Mortimer were not willing to do another series, having performed the show on stage and on television for 5 years. As neither side was willing to compromise, a series was never commissioned. This rejection is considered to be one of the main factors for Reeves and Mortimer moving to the BBC, where they went on to create The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer in '93, followed by Shooting Stars and Bang Bang, It's Reeves and Mortimer.
So they basically said, no, we won't do this thing, even if you give us. But then they do 3 other things after that.
I don't get this, right? The UK is a far smaller market.
Sure, they'll do 6 episodes as a season,
and that's exactly right.
And it'll be great, and they won't do another one. They'll be like The Office. The Office was what
they did 12 episodes,
right? And that was it,
and like a Christmas special, and maybe something after. So we're seriously talking maybe 14 episodes of The Office in the UK.
Nothing else.
I don't understand this because, like you said, seasons over there, as they call them, series, are like 6 episodes.
Right.
Why not fucking pump out 6 more episodes of Vic Reeves' Big Night Out?
Just to get what you want on this, on The Weekenders.
I love doing this with you. I've been doing it for almost 6 years. I would do another 6 years with you. These guys have been doing it for 5 years. They can't pump out another season to do something else they want.
Rookies.
I can't imagine the embarrassment of riches that awaits the people in UK if you're in the entertainment industry.
Thank you.
It seems like they just have, it's like a fucking gilded cage of like, do whatever you want. Everything is available to you all the time, because I feel like over here it would be a struggle to get something like that done. But over there, they just get like, oh, you're going to give us 6 more episodes? Fuck you forever.
Right.
We want to do this. And they say no, and like they just walk away from it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
This is
I would never walk away from a project with you.
I appreciate you saying that very much, and I honor you, and I respect you, and I bow to you.
Would you walk away from a project with me?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
You wanted to hear me say exactly that.
Yes.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. This is an odd case where the show, by their standards, did work, but due to some sort of contract dispute or something, a give and take, a compromise, that's why it did. Because most of the times people just say, you know what, it wasn't very good, or this doesn't fit what we're doing. No, but both sides wanted to do more, but they clashed over a stipulation.
It's crazy.
That doesn't really happen with us. It's a bizarre thing. So,
picky fuckers.
So let me ask you this: why didn't it work? What would you have improved?
Why it didn't work? It was absurd comedy. We've dealt with this a lot of times. It was absurdist comedy.
Yep.
Not everybody gets it. Not everybody wants it, and that, to me, that's the one of the main things.
Okay. What would you do to improve this? You think?
These guys, who they are. This is their ballywick.
This is their style.
You can't change it. This is what they do.
So you wouldn't improve it in any way. You think this is how it's done. This is what
this is like the couch pilots of Britain.
This is what I would like to see.
Because we could have changed a lot of things, right? To get more downloads, we could have changed a lot.
No one
like
is
your
holding
language.
Yes, I have terrible language. I use horrible racial slurs all the time.
Rachel. You said racial slurs. Racial slurs. Hashtag Waisos was.
Oh,
1,000 points. 1,000 frequent flyer points for anybody that hashtags Waisos was.
Very good. Thank you very much. I'm going to take this next one. Where we like to see this go if it survives. And this is what I think. I think Jim and Bob, Monday through Friday, have the most boring, mundane, garbage jobs in the world. There's nothing funny here. It's almost bleak in nature.
Sure. It's kind of like Office Space. Like it's miserable. Every Monday through Friday, it's miserable.
Friday, 5 p.m. rolls around, the whistle blows,
and they turn into different people. They just
and they say, "What's going on this weekend?"
Right.
They are so just vanillaed out of their mind that every weekend they have to crank it up to fucking 11 to survive.
Right.
So let's make it boring through the weekend. We don't see that. We might the first 30 seconds might be that,
Sure.
and maybe the last 30 seconds
Right.
might be that. But in between there, every weekend they are finding something insane to do.
Right.
Something crazy. Maybe it's aliens. Maybe it's adopting a gorilla in a zoo.
Maybe it's porn.
Yeah, maybe it's hardcore pornography. But that's if it survived, I would like to think that we are seeing their weekend activities week after week.
Sure.
Anyway.
We don't care what they do during the week.
No, we don't care about that fucking shit. Oh, my language, I apologize.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright
You brought it up. Do you think my language is a problem on the show?
Oh, no, not at all.
I can tone
I think
it down.
there's a lot more things that are wrong with this show than your language.
I totally agree. Thank you. IMDb score, Internet Movie Database, out of 10, decimal point, the 10th decimal point play. What do you think people from around the world rated The Weekenders?
6.5.
It's an 8.7.
Wow, that's one of the highest ones we've had.
I think it easily is,
Yeah.
and that's from 67 ratings.
That's a fair amount.
Oddly enough, as well known as these two gentlemen are, Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer, I'm not seeing critic reviews. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. But what I do see are some very quick responses in the vein of the YouTube, and it says, "Don't watch this stoned. It's not safe."
Okay.
Philip Oakley looked very good in this program. That was the leather-clad gentleman from the Human League.
Looked good.
Taped it on release and still have it somewhere. 100% my type of humor. Let's see.
Would you say this is your type of humor?
We'll get into that into the ratings.
All right.
One of my favorite R&M quality products, Complete Genius. Can you imagine what the toilets are like at the meat festival? I love this. Blew my mind, and I still use some of the one-liners. Genius. End of. Johnny Parsons 4 years ago says the very best Vic and Rob of all time.
I haven't seen any of their Vic and Rob, so I don't know for sure.
Seriously, I've never heard these guys before either, but it's interesting to see that other people have opinions about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt.
She sounds sexy, right? Like if you turn it up real loud, she sounds sexy.
Your wife gives me a hard-on with her voice. Is that what you want to hear from me? 'Cause
Yes.
It's the truth.
Okay.
It's the truth, pal.
Would you wear her panties?
I wouldn't wear them, but I would manually manipulate myself to them. So just make sure you time me when I go to your bathroom up by your bedroom, because I shouldn't be up there for more than 90 seconds.
Right.
That's
If
all.
it's an hour and a half, I need to pay attention.
It's an hour and a half. Oh boy. It all comes down to this. Rating the show. We've ingested everything that could be ingested circa the Weekenders, and now we regurgitate something.
Right. Why did you listen? There was no reason to listen to this unless you wanted to hear our ratings.
The guy who commented on the YouTube page, he should just put, minute 59.31.
Right.
Go to the rating.
Yeah. To me, I was like, when he posted it, I was like, come on, asshole. I want everybody to listen to everything besides that. What's more important, Battletoads or what we say?
Tough to say. I think that's subjective.
Nerds.
But what I will say is that 1 to 7 is our rating scale. It's taken from the show affectionately and accurately known as Wings from the 1990s.
Can you go through the?
I absolutely will. Number 1 is the worst score you're going to get, and that's a Roy Biggins.
Yuck.
And then you got number 2, Faye Cochran.
I'd do her.
Number 3, Antonio Scarpacci. I'd do him. Number 4, Joe Hackett. Number 5, Bud Bronski. Number 7, Helen Chappell. And the best you can get is number 7, Brian Hackett.
Helen Chappell's a 6?
Are you fucking with me? How long have we been doing this?
It's been a long time since we talked about it.
It has not. I
has.
feel like we do it at least once every 10 episodes. That's at least 17 times now. We've been doing this for fucking 3.5 years.
I like it.
I don't get it. What's the deal? How do you not know this fucking skit?
What is the deal? Come on, let's give our ratings. Come on, don't fuck around.
Captain Philip Ressisher, I turn to you. How do you rate The Weekenders?
I have seen very few British television shows that I haven't been able to even tolerate. That's why we're doing the Chris Tuckley 10, the Tuckley 10, hashtag Tuckley 10, 1,000 frequent flyer points for anybody that tweets hashtag
You better relax
Tuckley
with
10.
giving out these points.
You know what? I was 7 sheets to the wind when I watched this.
Sure.
The Bears had just lost.
You're probably in a pretty low spot.
I was in a
spot in your
low
life.
part, and I was pretty negative in my life. But I enjoyed this. I liked it. It was absurd. It didn't have to make sense because I couldn't understand what they were saying anyway. For the most part, British people talk really fast with a lot of slang. I don't understand it. I gave it a 6.
Wow.
I loved it.
Wow,
I
very
loved
good.
it. I wanted to see more.
That's very interesting to me. Yeah, I mean, it's because you went into this season, like in your heart of hearts, you knew we have to do this season.
Right.
Chris
You
Tuckley,
forced me to.
What? Well, technically I did.
You said,
Technically I did.
I'm gonna fuck your mom if you don't watch these.
And I would have, hands down. I have almost no shame sexually. Sasquatchually. But you came in here with such a negative attitude. The first episode that we did, you're like, I'm going to give everything a negative one.
Right.
You're starting off in the
on this
negative.
one. I did. I gave this one a negative 2. I gave it a negative
that
bump, and
speaks
it's
pretty
a
well.
6.
That speaks pretty well. I'm going to go toe to toe and blow for blow. This is a 6 for me.
Yeah,
as
high
well.
five that shit.
This is funny.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
God, you
don't have to be able to understand what they're saying. I mean,
you really don't.
No, you don't.
You seriously don't.
If you just watch it, it is a good time.
They are speaking in a kind of colloquial,
fast. Yeah.
Yes, it's almost a regional dialect to where he's like, oh my god, I didn't understand everything that they said.
Right.
Absolutely, I probably understood 70% of what they said, and I didn't need to because there's so much absurd comedy.
And there's
happening
a physical comedy as well.
Someone had mentioned online. I didn't read this. I didn't put it down, but that they just did not waste a second.
No,
and God damn it, they packed the shit. And honestly, that might be part of the problem.
Yeah.
How can you keep that fucking fever pace over the course of even just 6 half-hour episodes?
There was no lull.
This was great.
Yes.
I highly recommend this. I can't give it a full 7.
No.
Maybe because I can't understand it.
Because it's from the BBC.
Well, that's not my reason.
Chris, he told me earlier before we started, he's like, I can't give this a 7 because it's from the UK.
I struggle to think that we'll come across anything better than this in the Chris Tuckley season. This was fantastic. I don't know Jim Moore / Vic Reeves. I don't know Bob Mortimer, but goddamn, those guys are funny.
I'm going to dive into them. I'm going to dive into them for sure.
You seriously should because this was very good. Yeah. I give it a 6. You give it a 6. And with that, we close the book on The Weekenders, and we will never mention that show again.
Ever.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Perspectives.
From a young G's perspective, and before we jiggle a bitch, I gotta find a contraceptive. Look how tall he's gotten.
The baggage boy is tall. Are you in pain, Eli? Come here. You're wearing a what shirt is this? Is Starry Night by Van Gogh? Was it Van Gogh? But it's in the style of a stormtrooper. Come here. Come on down here. Come on.
You can't bend over.
Can't bend over. You've grown a lot in the last 6 months. Is that right?
I think so.
Do you seriously do you not realize it or recognize that how much you've grown?
Well, it's kind of so when people grow, they can only see from their eyes, so they can't really tell if they've grown. So.
Don't be a jerk, all right? Look,
don't be a dick. Just say yes, I have.
Okay.
No, but like you're taller. You puberty has just beat you in the face with a 2x4. You don't look like a boy anymore.
No,
you look like a young man. Come here.
I don't look like that one. That one little kid that comes down.
No, you know.
In his underwear.
No, he is.
Yeah, when he came in his underwear that one time. You used to hug us all good night when you went to bed.
In your underwear.
I can't remember the last time you hugged me, Eli. Oh, he's got to do it right now.
Aww.
He's such a good boy. I love this kid.
You're a good boy.
All right, now get our luggage and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. You prepubescent.
That dude is mid-pubescent.
Yeah, you know, the other day.
Eli's got some fucking pubes, man. I tell you what. That kid's got a full head of fucking Brillo down there.
Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does. Don't confirm it with me.
No.
I want to hear that you confirmed it.
No, the other day, I knocked on the bathroom door and I just opened it because I'm used to him being little.
No.
I used to him being little. I knocked on the door and opened it. I was like, oh, shit, and closed it up. I was like, you got.
Was he in the middle of a jerk sesh?
He has buckwheat in a leg lock.
Why isn't he not locking the door?
Because he doesn't know better. But now
he's in that weird stage where he's innocent enough to not lock the door, but have so much fucking pubic hair. He looks like he's had buckwheat in a headlock.
His mind is still a child.
Yeah, okay.
But his body is not.
But his dick is a man. He's got a man's dick.
Wait till he figures out how to use that bad boy.
Here's a little something to wet your whistle. London hackers get entangled into a government conspiracy. You can find the entire episode of Perspectives by subscribing to Couch Pilots in SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply load out one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, Blake!
And you know what to do, too.
Has that warmed up? It's been like 2 years.
Yeah, you invented that.
Have you warmed? I did.
I've been warm to it since the first day.
That's not true.
No, I was warm to it straight up from the beginning.
Okay. Contact the show.
Yeah.
Man, I swear to God, it felt like 20 minutes we were talking about fan feedback earlier.
And we have more.
And it fills my heart with perfect love that people care enough to contact us.
Sure.
And you can do so.
Is Lori Garcia dead?
She doesn't listen really anymore, but I do talk to her regularly.
Fuck her, right?
Well, let me if I ever make it out there. But so we talk regularly.
Okay.
But she does Lori Gemini Tarot.
Right.
So if you're a longtime listener,
first time caller
of Couch Pilots, and you recognize the name Lori Garcia, and you want to patronize what she's doing, go to YouTube, and you know what to do, Tube? Lori Gemini Tarot. She does tarot readings online. People send her shit, and she unboxes it right on live on YouTube.
That's cool.
It is very cool, but I think she's busy, and she doesn't listen as much.
Is it because of content, or is it just because she's busy?
It may be a little from A, maybe a little from B. I don't know.
Really?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
But her and I are on good terms, and we do talk regularly.
Right, that's great.
She's a great girl.
Great girl. But yeah, you can contact us in so many ways. We give you so many ways to contact us.
And it
it's
can all be found
painful.
at one site, too.
One Stop Shop. I invented that.
Congrats.
And it's couchpilotspodcast.com. You can click on all our social media from there. You can listen to any of our episodes from there. You can email us from there. Everything is there except one thing and one thing only. And Jason, what is that thing?
That's our phone number. Give us a call anytime, day or night.
Our phone number is on there.
Oh, what, YouTube then?
No.
What's the one thing that's not on there?
Patreon.
Oh, Patreon.
But what is the phone number? If people want to call us, just like Ray did.
We heard a voicemail.
And Hoover.
Today. Yeah, that Ray fella sent us a text for some reason. That was great. 910 Pilots 1. That's 910-745-6871. Give us a call any time of day. You don't have to even call us to praise us about what we're doing.
Oh, you can tell us we suck. I don't care.
You know what I did today at work? I brought in a delicious fruit salad where I had to actually cook up
fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Fruit salad. Yummy, 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 yummy. Fruit salad.
Fruit salad!
That's a little Aussie for you.
Call us with your recipes. Call us with your, maybe you're writing in your diary for the day.
Oh, yeah. Take a picture of that and send it to us for sure.
Whatever. Call us and leave us a message. We want to hear from you.
But don't call us daughter.
Oh, hold on. This is that guy calling back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Hello?
Yes, this is Ray Calderon.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Yes, somebody contacted me.
Hey, yeah, this is
Number?
Yeah, I contacted you. This is Jason.
Uh-huh.
You had sent a text message. I think it was kind of like through Craigslist or something, through an ad that I had posted.
Uh-huh.
It was like
what was this?
I think it was related to
working ad?
What's that?
A work for a job?
No, I think it was like a personals ad.
Oh, really? Probably one of my friends, probably. Because like I said, that's why I'm just checking on my what do you call it, my phone.
Oh, no big deal. So what's going on?
Yeah. I was just checking out my phone, see who had called, and I just happened to see your number on my phone. That's why I called.
Oh no, yeah. So
yeah.
I was just responding. Yeah, like you or someone on your end left a message from that number, and I was just responding to that.
Okay.
I think it was through a personals ad though.
That's what it was.
Okay, so what's how you doing?
Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
No.
All right, man, just chilling. About it. That's about it.
What's going on tonight? Anything fun?
Not really, bro. Just getting ready to go to work tomorrow. That's about it.
Oh, tomorrow you work first shift?
Yeah, man.
Me
That's
too.
About it. That's what's going on.
I'm in Central.
My life, just working.
Yeah, you know what, man? I tell you what, I got one job. It's almost not enough anymore to like have one job in this day and age. I feel like you got to have a side hustle or like a second job.
Oh yeah, exactly. Man, that's for sure there, bro.
And, you know, I feel like everyone's always talking about how stuff's getting cheaper and cheaper, but the truth is, it's getting harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder to like make a living.
Yeah, it is, especially with this government fucking shutting down and shit like that. And man, it's all it's just going crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Exactly, bro. Like you said, it's supposed to be getting easy, but it's getting harder to me. Also, you know,
it gets harder for everyone. You know, it's not uncommon for a lot of my friends to have like I said, like a job and then like some sort of side gig that they got just to make some extra income.
Right, exactly.
So you got to work tomorrow. What do you have like a side job you do?
Yeah, just like like cleaning up houses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
good, honest work, man.
Yeah.
Put the time in, get a few shekels. I hear you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, bro. Get that extra income coming in.
All right. Well, it sounds like personal ad wise through Craigslist. It was like maybe one of your friends was messing around. It's cool. I will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sir.
All right. Well, you take it easy.
I'll check it out. See what's. All right, you too, bro.
All right. See you, man. Bye. So that was real.
You're amazing. Like I cannot keep my shit together.
That was pretty real, right?
Great. Yeah. No, you know what that was? He has a personal ad, and a guy called him back, and he didn't know it was a guy or something. Yeah. Like, and then he was like,
"Me the guy."
Right.
Yeah.
Me the guy.
He was. You see, if he was kind of squirrely there, like it was a fella.
Yeah, but he's like, I want to take this to the butt sex level, but I don't know for sure.
I don't fault that guy at all.
No,
he really might be looking for something. And I'm not going to help him with that, but it was fun to talk to him.
You're not going to fuck with him about it either.
No, I'm not going to be an asshole about it.
You're great. Couchpodspodcast.com.
Go to Patreon if you like what we do. Throw us a few bones. There are different levels, different tiers of things that we will. Not only do we do the show for free, but if you give us a few bucks per month, whatever, we're going to give you extra stuff on top of that. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. Even just read through it. Just visit the page and check out what we're willing to do for you. I feel like what I did for that gentleman, very positive.
No,
I feel like at the end of the show, you always say something positive. Is there anything like that today?
You know what? No, there's not. I don't have anything. That was the most positive thing because I would have, I was motioning for you to just completely fucking tear him an asshole and you didn't.
No.
And to me, that was a positive thing. Love you for that. Love you for the show. Love the fans. That's my positivity. I gotta pee.
Fair. Oh, leave right now because as soon as I'm done with this, I'm peeing. So go right now, quick. And with that, this pilot may have been rough, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
Grandma, can I help you make your special fried chicken? If you can keep a secret, I use shake and bake now. You do? Well, sure. I'll show you. First we shake, then we bake.
Mother, why isn't my fried chicken as crispy and juicy? I want your recipe.
Grandma didn't fry.
But it's crispy like fried.
Can I tell?
It's shake and bake, and I help.
Shake and bake coating mix. It's better than frying.
Hey, can I borrow a pen? Oh, sure. Thanks. No problem.